Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to IRL Season 7 F1 Tier Round 4 at Monaco. I am your commentator, IRL Neon. I've also been joined by my co-commentator, Nexus Aspect. Nexus, Kevin.
Hello.
And here we are then, as we are at Monaco in the day. However, for the F2 tier, it will be night, in case some of the F2 drivers do tune in to the stream. And also a new rule which has been put in place is that no F2 driver or any F3 drivers can go up into higher tier unless they've been promoted, since it could cause problems with other drivers. Well then, Kevin, while we wait for people to go out, with only 15 drivers on the grid today, what do you think the qualifying is going to be like?
I mean, wheel track, Matthew uses a wheel, so I think it's a no-brainer to put him on pole. I'm gonna put Brandon Glover for second, and Jay Drawbridge for third.
Okay then, well I'm going to also go with Matthew first, since he's on the wheel, he has got an advantage in a way. Second place, I'm going to go with... I'm actually going to go with Ollie today for second. I think he's going to possibly surprise us. And in third, I'm going to go Lewis Curtis, and fourth then Jack Laverty. I think he's got some pace in that McLaren as well. So we could see whose prediction does win out then out of the quali. If you guys want to make predictions... Oh, Storm's already made a prediction. Blizzard, Jay and Lion. Oh, it's good to see. As I've said though, if you want to make predictions, do put them in the chat. And we'll see if any of your predictions win. As right now, I believe the first car out on track's actually a Racing Point, which is actually Lewis Curtis, who's actually now gone back into the pits. So it will be a Red Bull, and I think that's Felix. No, it's actually Diego, who's come back. Who's a reserve, I believe is Jamie, has made it to the session. Fortunately, he is going to miss quali, but he'll be in the race. So we'll have 16 drivers then, as we go up for Diego to turn 1, 2, 3. I think they call this turn 4 now. Nice and tidy through turn 5. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him. Hopefully these drivers do get out of the way for the Red Bull, as the Williams there did reset. That isn't allowed. By any chance was that Cameron? As actually Cameron isn't even in the lobby. Where is... It's actually Matthew who reset. That may go up. However then, here comes Diego into the left right. There's already yellows in sector 3, and unfortunately I've got the track glitch where it doesn't show me. There we go, it's up now. So here comes Diego then. Oh, he's invalidated. That's a corner cutting lap, so his lap is over. Do you know anybody else who isn't invalidated right now, Kevin?
I'm just getting the tweet on, so I haven't really been looking.
Okay, then we'll go on board with Aaron Collingwood. Actually, no, it's actually Aaron Collingwood is on the lap in the number 22 Renault, as Lee Kelly's in the banker of 19.8. What will Aaron Collingwood do? He does a 110 flat on mediums, so only 2/10 off the guy on softs. Brand's already started to do a better lap on mediums at 9.7, with Felix in fourth with a 10 flat. Sandra Sohaug is currently invalidated. Jack Laverty and Lewis Curtis are on another set of outlets. However, Pedro will be on a lap. As I can see, both McLarens right now finishing off. That's Ollie Flavel, as he will be finishing off his lap as Lewis Curtis has retired from the session. So Lewis is not doing quali. Did he have a qualifying ban? I don't know if he did or not. But here comes Ollie then. Through the final couple of corners. Let's see what time he will do. Ollie goes first with a 19.2, already picking the pace up on those softs. As we'll go on board with Pedro then, who's finishing off the chicane. As Pedro's connection looks at improvement right now, and I think he's getting a bit of slipstream from his teammate actually, as Aaron does let him through. So the Renault boys are looking quite quickly. As there's yellows for the Renault, I believe that is Ollie. As here comes Pedro then to the line, it's a 10-3. Pedro is currently in 6th right now. as we'll go on board with Jack Laverty, who's currently on a lap, finishing off very shortly. He's got a lot of ERS to play with. Still pushing the car through the whole section, trying to get close to the wall as possible to try and make a quick lap. Not invalidated. Was very close to invalidating, however, as he's gone through the final 2 corners. Here comes Jack then. Coming up to the finish line, what time will he do? And he goes second. McLaren's currently 1-2 right now, 9-2 from Jack. So good luck there from him. As we'll go on board with Jay, who's currently in 13th. Unfortunately missed out on the win against Matthew Walder. May want a bit of redemption after in Spain. To have that. This is probably his best chance right now in Monaco, as he's currently on ERS mode 3 on a set of mediums. Has a nice tight 6 point. He's on 18.4. Don't know if that's quick or not. As he's coming now into the hairpin. Nice and tidy there from Jay. Rear kicks out a little bit, but he keeps it within control limits as he's actually backed off there. So I think he wasn't happy with the rear end kicking out. As there's a Williams off. I think that's Matthew. It is. Matthew's crashed. Wow. Matthew has crashed. Now, I wasn't expecting this from our championship points leader. He's got no wing damage. Was that a genuine mistake if you caught any of that, Kevin? Or
I only caught the end of it. I didn't see why he crashed.
Matthew moves out of the way for the Red Bull of Diego.
Yeah.
If you want to finish off the part of that, Kevin.
Around the final corner to set his first lap. See what it is. And it's 9.3. Quite close between the top 3, actually. A little under 2 tenths separating them 3. And actually, the 2 McLarens very close together. That's about 400ths of a second separating them.
Oh yeah, you are correct there. Sondra has actually made a mistake. He did I think he did a Kimi Räikkönen with Felix. However, right now then, Aaron Collingwood is the next person on the lap if you want to go on board with him and commentate over his lap.
Yeah, so into what is turn 2, although I'm not sure if they count like little kinks. It's through this really tight section, coming up to the slowest corner on the calendar. Really gotta get it right so you can accelerate as early as possible. And now coming onto the straight, going underneath the tunnel. Actually, if it rains in the race, that could be interesting. It's dry and wet. You'll see some people go off. Now, through this tight chicane, you want to make sure to get as close to the barriers as possible. As actually Matthew Alder crashes out or something there, or retires from the session. Staying on board with Saran Nose, he taps the wall. And lock up as well. Now through the final corner. And actually, there is Matthew in the wall. Aaron is going to come across the line to set a 9.2, and actually Venom as well. Matthew Collins, that is, sets a 9.0, 2 tenths quicker than Ollie in second.
Yeah, that is correct. He has done a very good lap, but I'm very surprised that Matthew and Lewis Curtis are out. Neither of them, I believe, had any qualifying bans or anything like that. And Sondra's also binned it. He has lost it through the fast section. Is that Jay we're going on board? Yes, it is. Sondra's done a Nico Rosberg. And that's unfortunately going to affect people's
Brandon
laps.
Glover puts it on provisional pole, so an 8.9. So as we go, the times keep improving.
Oh yeah, we can't count out Brand for the podium position, even possibly for a win here, especially now since Matthew has retired, of course. However, Jay is on a lap right now.
Jay, yeah. Through turn 1, there's a little bit of a correction there on the exit. Now through this corner, you gotta stick to the right and really kind of flick the car in, and he does that quite nicely. And now coming up to, once again, a little lock up there, round the hairpin, and he takes that quite nicely. Now coming on to the tunnel, and then it's flat out into this very tricky braking zone. It's downhill. After you're just going uphill through the chicane, he gets very close to the wall, maximising lap time. And once again, he kind of just flicks it in through the swimming pool section. And now, around the final few turns, another lock-up. And then he's completed his lap. He's done everything. It's going to be flat out to the line. We'll see what he sets. And it's going to be an 8.8. So once again, the time's improving.
All right, there. His times are improving. Now the Mercedes are now leading with 1-2 challenge to the rest of the field. And in my opinion,
yeah,
the only other idiots are the McLarens.
Unless Casper can do anything about that. Right now he's on mediums, of course, so it's doubtful. Provisional 1-2 or front row lockout for the Mercedes guys. Still enjoy that, especially after I guess you could say their title rivals last week out getting a 1-2, locking up the front. As actually Lyon breaks that up, he slots in second, almost exactly a tenth behind Jay.
Alright there then.
And only beats Bran by 400 of a second.
We'll see what time he will do then, coming across the line. Line, as you said, is second. Will Casper have anything to answer? No, P12 right now. 10.5 on the mediums. He's got plenty of time to go on a set of softs right now. 6 minutes 45 seconds remaining of the session as one of them clouds pull out the way for Casper. However, he is on an in-lap, and I believe that was Ollie, and it is. As Jack Laverty isn't on a lap anymore, but apparently he was. Excuse me. Got the hiccups.
Yeah, actually, this is a really good opportunity for the two Mercedes guys to get some points, because obviously we have Matthew starting last. They're up in first and third, and there's no Cameron either, so Matthew's on his own today.
Yeah, you are correct there as well. As right now Diego is currently up on the personal best time from Jay. He's currently up on his PB as well. As here comes Diego now around the final couple of corners as a reserve driver, I still believe he is. As here comes Diego then to the line, sets the new fastest lap, 1:8.5, and he cuts turn one. Hopefully he doesn't do that in the race because it will penalise him. As we'll go on board with the full-time driver in Red Bull, Felix Negua, who will be on a lap right now, as we will go on board with this lap.
I'm on board with Ran, he's started lap as well.
And Felix is invalidated in the first lap.
Oh.
First corner, sorry.
Oh yeah, you may as well go on board with Brandon, he's on a lap.
If you want to finish off his lap then?
Going into sector 2. And now the slowest corner on the calendar. Really gotta be a bit bold on the acceleration there. Now we're coming up through to the tunnel, and then it's a very tricky braking zone uphill, and then instantly once you start going downhill you've got to start braking, so it is quite tricky. And then it comes through there. So he was very fast left hand. You've got to get very close to the wall just without touching it, and he does that very well. This is looking actually like a very good lap. Through the final few corners, he hasn't actually locked up, or I haven't noticed him locked up. So it looks like he is on it, and now he's going to come across the line to set an 8.6. That's 600ths of a second behind on Diego, so very, very close.
Very close indeed. He was purple in sector 2 and 3, but unfortunately sector 1 time was not purple, and it just affected his lap as he's currently in second. Jay is now on an out lap, so Jay, I think, something they're going to be doing this run unless he makes a mistake in the pits. As right now Jay is actually the only one who else is out on track, so he's got a bit of free time, free space to just relax, keep the car within optimal temperatures, burn a bit of fuel. As I do believe Jay's actually on pad, I could be wrong, he might be actually on wheel, but right now then we will go on board with this as he cuts us in, as Casper now comes out on his out the same mediums. As here comes Jay then, because the next chicane.
Yeah, if you look at his wheel input, you can see that it's bad.
Oh, he's actually pitting. Oh, and he hits the wall. Okay, I think he didn't mean to actually go out. He's going to have to wait then for Bran. As here comes Casper now then. He's the only one with Aaron Collingwood who's out on track. Now Ferrari's leaving. I believe that is Matthew Collins. He'll be now out. Right now we'll stay on board with Casper. As here comes Casper through the final two corners and is also pitting. Maybe this is an interesting tactic to try and get people out as soon as possible to get on a fresh set of softs. As I've got on best tyres again. As the fit tyres, everyone is on softs then. What about Aaron Collingwood? Will he be staying out or will he be coming into the pits? And he will be the first one then out of these lot to finish their laps. So here comes Aaron then into turn one in the Renault. Sound the gears. What's second? That's a very interesting gear choice. I'd go third, but it is Aaron, of course. It's his gearing. Nice tidy though. He's currently purple in sector one. He's really trying to push the Renault to its boundaries. Could we see Aaron Collingwood lining up on pole? Now he comes through the tunnel. Nice and tidy there on the lap. Oh, Aaron makes a mistake. He's lost his front wing and he's into the wall. That is his lap. Game over as Ollie is next on a lap. I believe. Matthew Collins, actually. It is Matthew Collins.
The two Mercedes have left it very late to go out.
Oh, yeah,
they're the last two going around. They've got 50 seconds left, so they should make it. They haven't left themselves much breathing space.
Oh, Matthew Collins takes a 1:8.555. So he takes PB. For the pole right now, as Ollie I believe was next at the guys on quick laps. Then I believe it's the Red Bull of Diego. So here comes Ollie then. Where will he be out of everybody? He runs out of ERS. Goes 6th. Diego takes the new pole position, 1:8.390. Anybody else next on the lap, Kevin?
I've just been watching the two Mercedes. They've left it so late. Jay should make it, but Brandon, he's got 5 seconds to get across the line. It's going to be extremely close. Yeah, he'll get a lap by the skin of his teeth. If that's even a phrase, I don't even know if that's a proper phrase. But yeah, two Mercedes now on the lap. Coming through in a kind of train, so they might be holding each other up. It's not going to help them with the dirty air either.
That is true, and that needs to get out of the way for Jay. As Felix has called it a day in quali as he made a mistake.
Yeah, the thing is though that Haas is also on a lap. They're all in a train, but all the people in the train are also on laps. So
Jay's invalidated.
Kind of puts himself in.
Jay is done on his lap. Oh, Brand's bottled it. Brand's done a bottle, and neither the Mercedes will be getting near the top step. Brand needs to be careful that he doesn't get disqualified. And he isn't. As here comes then Lee Kelly. Oh, Lee's messed up on the final run as well. What about Casper? Will Casper get a bit of that DRS from Lee Kelly? And why is Casper slowed down? Interesting.
Can't say why he would have.
Well then, that is your top three, as Brandon's definitely not going to improve now. It is game over. So the Mercedes had this chance to get a 1-2, to have a good chance of winning and getting the second team to have a 1-2 in a race, but unfortunately it doesn't work. And Brandon in third.
Yeah, very different top three to what you would have thought.
Yeah.
I mean, Matthew's nowhere to be seen. Jay's down in fourth.
Well, that's correct then, as we will go down the grid order. Diego takes Paul then as a reserve. Venom in second. Brandon Glover third. Jay, champion fighter against Matthew, is in fourth. Has the advantage. Lion in fifth. Ollie in sixth. Midnight, or Jack Laverty, is seventh. Pedro eighth. Aaron Collingwood is in ninth. Lee Kelly takes the 10th spot. Felix in 11th. Casper 12th. Sandra Sohal in 13th. Lewis Curtis 14th. And Matthew Order 15th. And 16th, if Jamie's still in the session, will be 16th. And from 11th to 16th, we'll all get a free choice of tyre. Would be very interesting. It's good evening, BRT Doodoo, if that's your name, or Doodoo, or however you say it. Do apologise if I do get that wrong, as we're up to now 16 viewers, which is good to see. As right now then, while we wait for the guys to pick their race strategies, what is your race prediction then going to be, Kevin?
I'm gonna say that Bran is going to come through to win. Jay behind him. Then Matthew cuts through the field to third, I'd say. I mean, Matthew may be in last, but he also has the wheel advantage, so out of corners he will be quite quick, and even then he is usually quite quick anyway, so that's what I'm saying.
Alright then, well, I'm going to go, my top three will be Diego winning, Brandon second, and I'm going to give Jay third. And I'll give Matthew a bit of credit. He is quick. He's got as long as he don't get damage in turn one, I think he'll get fourth. But if he gets damage in turn one and no safety car, it's basically game over for him to get well.
Is it glitched?
Oh, it better not be. Good internet, Lee. Why does this do this every time when someone has... Okay. That's annoying. Another restart, same as last week.
Yep.
Good game, Codemasters. I haven't been... Nope, Lee's left.
Oh,
will we
left.
restart it though? Is he still here? No. That will... I think that will be a restart because of Lee lagging out. And I'll just get some confirmation on that. Has there been any messages in PSN chat? No, that's
Not
interesting.
about restarts.
Aaron's left, so I think there is a restart.
Yeah, Brian's left. Yeah, there's a restart.
Yep, there will be a restart then.
Yeah, Brand's announced that it's a restart.
Will be a restart then, so I will back out the lobby. So it has been confirmed while we wait. As we will hopefully still have 16 drivers. Hopefully, of course, being able to remake it back into the session. While we wait. So the confirmation then of a restart. Yep, everything seems a go. Well, Kevin, it's annoying that we have a restart, but it has to happen.
Yeah. If Codemasters could make a slightly better game,
Yeah.
wouldn't have to happen.
Well, the only game they have managed to make well without any glitches is Dirt Rally, so. While we wait then. We'll go over the championship standings then, as we'll wait for a lobby invite. I'll read the constructor standings, and if you want to read the driver standings, Kevin.
Okay, I'll put it up. Just 2 seconds.
Okay.
So I'll start with drivers then. You do constructors? Okay.
Yeah.
So Matthew Alder leading the championship ahead of his title rival, the one who seems to be the one who's going to be bringing the fight to him, Jay Drawbridge in second in the Mercedes. Also a fight between them two in the constructors as well. Lewis Curtis in third, ahead of Cameron Young in fourth. Then Jack Levity is in fifth. Eric Pettington, who got moved up to F1 for the season, doing very well in sixth place. Pedro Souza in seventh in the Renault. Casper Gilling in eighth. Aaron Collingwood in ninth. Arguably should be a bit higher up, but ran into some difficulty in a few of the races. Matthew Collins right in the middle in 10th. Diego is the reserve in 11th. Brandon Glover in 12th. He'll be hoping to score some points today, starting in 4th. Or 3rd actually.
Been invited by the way.
In the Red Bull. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Felix Aguirre in 13th in the Red Bull. Jamie Morris in 14th. I think he wasn't in quali, but he's here for the race, isn't he?
Jamie, I believe so. As while I wait to join the lobby.
Yeah. 15th is Nino Romanello. Ollie Flavel in 16th. I'm pretty sure he's decently high up the grid, so he'll be hoping for a clean start. Sondre Sorhog in 17th. Lee Kelly in the Alfa Romeo at the first of people with no points in 18th. Brett in 19th, also in the Red Bull. It doesn't look like he's here today either. Lucas Serra in 20th, with no points, and then Jack in 21st with no points.
Alright then, Kevin, you got Spectre, you are in there, that's good.
Yes.
While we wait for the loading then, I will then read all the constructors, as Williams are in first, just 1 point off 100, 99 points to their team. Mercedes in second with 50, Reds Point third with 37, McLaren in fourth with 29 points, Renault is in fifth with 27, the defending Constructors Champions, not doing that well at the moment. Sixth is Toro Rosso with 17, Haas in seventh with 15 points, Ferrari in eighth with 10, Red Bull in ninth with 6 points, and Alfa Romeo in 10th with 6 points, which is a bit worrying for their team because last season they were second in constructors and they won the F2 and F3 championship. So at the moment it's kind of worrying that they're at the back right now. But things can change as we've still got a long way to go through the season.
That is very true. We've got 9 rounds left, including this one. Anything can happen in those 9 rounds, of course. So
you are correct there. For some reason my controller was disconnected. There we go. While we wait for the loading.
yeah, I need to go for like 2 seconds just to check my sisters. So.
Yeah, that's fine. Well then, while Michael commentator is has to do something, we will wait for the launch screen. Hopefully not glitch this time. If there is a glitch, the driver as we did last week, will not be allowed to race. So hopefully he doesn't have the same issue as what Lucas Serra did, which is kind of a shame because it isn't roughly the person's fault. It's usually the Codemaster's fault because there's an issue with the server, and Lee's actually read it up. So I don't think we're going to have that issue unless somehow Matthew has it. But I wonder how Matthew will be coping now. He's in 15th right now as we speak. Jamie will be alongside him in 16th, of course, as we are now loading away on the formation lap. Just Chris saying, come on, Lion. I'll give Lion a bit of credit. He is currently in, where is he at? He's P5 right now in the Toro Rosso. Won't be scoring Toro Rosso any points, however. He's got himself some points, but not Toro Rosso. As the tyre strategies then are quite interesting. Felix, well, actually from 11th to 16th, all on mediums. It's very interesting, especially with Matthew. If Matthew wants any chance of winning this race, he's going to have to fight his way through the field. He's going to have to be aggressive and just somehow get through the field and try and do what he did in Spain, as he didn't have a good qualifying in Spain either. As right now though, Diego, Venom, or as Matthew Collins, Brandon and Jay will be licking their lips for turn 1. As I believe my co-commentator Kevin has returned.
I have.
And he has, as we are on board with Diego right now, who's in the lead in the Red Bull, as I believe everybody has gone on the same tyre they were qualified on in the top 10, which is good to see. Yep, quality is good. Gonna go on board with Venom. So Venom will be looking for a bit of redemption. I believe he finished... Did he finish last week? I can't remember. My brain this week's been a bit off. I can't remember if he finished. Although he will be licking his lips through turn 1, as he will be on the outside line. As long as he doesn't get rear-ended or shunted, he could take the lead against Diego. Diego could hold him up, and there could be a massive crash into turn 1. Hopefully that isn't the case.
I'll watch the back.
Yep. Thank you very much. As I'm just waiting for the lights to start so I can get a better camera angle. There we go then. So we're now to 2 lights, 3 lights now, 4 lights, now 5 red lights, and we're waiting for them to go off. And lights out, and it looks like the Ferraris had a good start, so with the Red Bull, and the Mercedes are already trying to pass one another into turn 1. Hopefully there is no carnage, as I see, and actually Monaco was quite clean. Out and back with Venom. Venom trying to make the inside move on Diego, can't make it work right now. As there's fights further down the grid for Aaron and Ollie, as Aaron's got a bit of wing damage it looks like.
Yeah, I was on board with Matthew for the start. Matthew's start was actually great. He gained 2 places off the start as he goes down the inside of Felix and Egwar. And he makes that move, so he's gained 3 places already, and it's only been half a lap, so he's on the charge.
So is Jamie as well.
Oh, fastest round! The Renault's round. Lucky for everyone that he spun into the wall on the right, not on the left. And full safety car.
Wow, so Pedro's been saved there. Pedro could go on a hard compound of tyres and go to the end. This isn't good for the medium runners, in my opinion, because they can't go softs. It's way too early, and the soft runners could go hard and go to the end and get a free choice of pit stop sequence, as we will go on board with Diego. Will he pit? Diego fakes, doesn't pit. Anybody else coming into the pits? As Jay is in. Ollie stays out. Jay and Aaron Collingwood are in the pits. Renault versus Mercedes. These two are doing a
set of hard tyres.
Same with Collingwood. Collingwood's on a set of hard, and he's free to go, as the Renault team will be doing a double stop for Pedro as well, as Pedro will get hold up a little bit by his teammate, as he's also got on a set of hards, I believe. Yes, he is. He's also on a set of hards, and the positions gained on this race, the biggest position gainer is actually Matthew, currently in 9th, 6 positions gained. Jamie is a close second with 5 positions gained in 11th. Biggest loser is actually from pit stops is Jay, Aaron and Pedro.
Yeah, and interestingly the top 3 stayed exactly as they were at the start.
Yep, that is also true, as there was also a surprise that there was no carnage into turn 1. which is not usually like
Yeah.
Monaco. Right now,
Well, I mean, it says something about the drivers we have in F1 that obviously they're clean enough to not cause anything into turn 1, not even a bit of wing damage. I didn't see any wing damage until Pedro went round, and that was just him spinning on his own. So.
Oh yeah, you are correct there as well. There's interesting information with F1 being actually the cleanest tier. And had that many incidents. However, F2 on the other hand has had a few incidents in that tier. There's a few kinds, so I don't think F2 will be a clear turn 1, of course, but you know, never know, anything can happen. Turn 1 could be clean as this one. As it is Monaco, you've got to respect Monaco, because if you don't, you're going to end up in that wall, as I have found out myself when I had a fierce battle with Cameron Weston Edwards. And it cost me a podium position in that race, because unfortunately I got a bit of wing damage where Diego's coming up right now.
Interesting for the in the championship side, looking at this race. Now we have the championship leader ahead of his title rival, of course, although he will have to pit. We have Jay, obviously very quick, he'll be able to make the moves. He is very good at defending and overtaking, especially defending. We've seen how he did in Bahrain and Spain as well, until there was a bit of contact and he got wing damage, but he is good at especially defending and overtaking, so could see good things from him.
Oh yeah, you are correct. There's Matthew and Jay have had a few contacts, very close racing, and stuff does get heated, but they've got a lot of respect for each other, as Jay will be a bit happier at the start of the season that he's actually not that far off Matthew, but last season he had a good start and it all went away. Hopefully, no commentator curse of course, hopefully it doesn't happen this season, as he looks quite strong, stronger than he's been anywhere in IRL. And I think that's only Matthew's real threat is Jay, because Jay can be consistent, and safety car is coming in this lap, but so can Matthew, and hopefully Matthew can get through the field without any incident, as Lewis Curtis gets a 5-second penalty with a collision with Sondre that may get removed unless it was a corner cut, but it wasn't, as we clearly saw, so that I think will be removed then. As Diego comes through the final corner, he can't overtake before the line, after the racing line, as here we go then, the green. Diego now is underway into turn 1 with Matthew Collins in second, Brandon Culver third, line in fourth. Both McLaren's 5th and 6th right now, so they're looking for the constructors' objective at the moment, as Jack Lamptey's trying to possibly tell his teammate to get a move on, to try and catch these people up, but it is Monaco, it's a very tight circuit and not easy to overtake. Adam or Gravity
yellow
says,
flags, that's for Sondre.
Oh no, ball was a Sondre on
like
a ball hog. Let's have a look, see if he's got a bit of wing damage.
Maybe not, he does have wing damage, for sure. Yeah, it looks like he maybe hit into the back of someone. I can't say for sure.
Correct there. There's Brandon Glover now in third, losing a bit of time now to Matthew Collins and Diego, but that might be what he wants. Maybe lose a little bit of time so he can do the undercut on the soft tyres.
Felix Negwarp just caught that. He's gone around. He's going to be blocking the track as well. Hopefully everyone can ram him. He's out.
Now I thought Dawson was
Jay touched with him. Jay has major wing damage. He's going to have to box.
Oh no, Jay's been unlucky. And there's a safety car. Jay's actually within luck. He can go on a set of mediums to the end, so he may actually be happier with this. And a lot of people are pitting now.
And he's got, it seems like he probably got a penalty.
Ooh, Matthew almost got took out by the safety car. Wow.
Yeah, it looks like Jay got a penalty for hitting Felix, even though there was nothing he could really do. Yeah, I got a perfect view of it. Just Felix just kind of lost the car, went into the wall, and then after that, he had to stay still until everyone got round him, and then I think it was one of the McLaren. No, it wasn't McLaren. I think it might have been the Haas of Casper. I'm not 100% sure. Or maybe it was Aaron. I'd have to actually watch it back. but yeah, very unfortunate for Felix.
Yeah, very
and obviously,
unfortunate.
Monaco making a mistake can be very punishing.
Yeah, that is a shame. Felix, he will be very disappointed in himself, but ain't going to let him that too much down, as he wasn't really happy with Monaco. He doesn't like Monaco, I do believe. He'd be disappointed, but I'm very surprised he actually got retired with Jay's contact, because it was meant to Ghost, because Ghosting's on now because of some safety car issues and lap cars, which happened in round 1 with Brett and Jay, when Brett will be returning, of course, after his half-season ban does end, after he will be racing again in round 8, I believe. So Felix has actually left the session, which is unfortunate, but he is out, of course, as 3 more people do peel into the pits, and that is Matthew Alder, who's going to set apart Jack Laverty, Lion, and Lewis Curtis. That is very interesting. Matthew's got ahead of his championship leader, championship rival, sorry, I do say. Jay will come out just behind them. Now that is interesting. Right now Matthew is in 11th, Jay in 12th, and Aaron in 13th. This reminds me of Australia when these two were 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Very interesting. And how the strategies will pay out.
I'm just actually going back through the footage right now to see exactly what happened. I'm not sure if you'd be able to hear me or not, because I'm looking at it, but... So... Yeah, Felix... Okay, yeah. Now I can say for sure. He went around, a few cars did luckily get by him. Jay wasn't so lucky and got wing damage, and then Aaron Collingwood coming right behind Jay obviously couldn't react in time, and he was the one who hit into Felix's tyre, and that's what put him out.
Well, Aaron won't be getting any penalty or anything like that, because it wasn't his fault.
No,
It's
just like... Yeah, it was the way that, like, the place that he went off as well didn't really help. So, yeah,
Felix does
no
put
one's fault really, just happens sometimes.
As he said, the game didn't ghost me, and that's weird because ghosting is on, so it was actually should have ghosted him from any of the cars that he was stationing, because we have had issues with this and we all agreed that the admins that ghosting should be on. So
yeah, interestingly, okay, no, Jay's just come out of it again. I was going to say that both Jay and Matthew were in AI. Matthew still is, and now he's back out. So not sure what that was about. But, yeah.
Well, he needs to be careful because actually, no, it won't affect him because he's the host. But other people have to be careful because if it was a VSC, you actually close up with AI. So right now, though, it's going to be a very intense battle for these 3 drivers: Matthew, Jay, and Aaron Collingwood. Could Aaron Collingwood get a bit of redemption on these 2 and actually try and get some good points, possibly a podium position? Only time will tell.
Oh, I wasn't back in AI again. I can't say why they are. They're going in and out of AI.
The reason why Felix was spun is because he touched the curb. He hit the curb and that's what spun him. So I'm guessing he hit this chicane here, which I'm on board with Matthew Ward right now.
Yeah.
And he's took too much, hit the
Yeah, he just
banana.
kind of hopped over it.
Yeah, and that's what's just sent him. So that's very strange because usually you can go over that without spinning. So I think it might be the way it's set up is. The safety car is away now, as I didn't get confirmation saying it was away, but now we are green, as Diego has already pulled away, but Matthew Collins didn't get a good exit out of turn 1, and now he may be under threat from Brandon Glover, currently in P3. Right now, these top 5 still need to make a pit stop on the medium combative tyre. Gap to leader from Lion is 5.5 seconds. And actually, let's see who's actually made their stops then. People who made their stops are from 8th to 15th. People who haven't are from 1st to 7th. It's very interesting.
Yeah, a few people obviously doing 2 stops as well, which they would prefer to go without.
Well, Pedro, the way it's
Maybe
going, Pedro could be leading the race. Right now, he's currently in 8th. net leader, of course, because when everybody else makes their pit stops, as long as the gap doesn't go massive, he could actually take the win. Lee Kelly gets a 3-second time penalty added to his time, as Ollie Flavel with Brandon had contact last week in Spain. Hopefully there's
I've
no
just
contact
caught
today.
Jack Levity's very close to Lion right now.
He's
Lion's
going to make a
struggling
move.
a bit. He's going to maybe go for it.
It's very...
He had a little look. That was... if he made that move stick, that would have been amazing.
As Lee Kelly's in the pits.
Leary in the pits. Yeah, it looks like Jack is getting a little bit feisty, looking for a way around the line. He's still very, very close. He might go for a move into the hairpin, maybe. No, he's 6 behind, but he's certainly looking for a way around. As with Lion actually pulling up this train, kind of. As he's struggling a little bit, it's allowed Jay to catch up as well.
Well, this isn't good for the guys ahead, as here comes... Ooh, it looked like he was actually going to make a move there. Jamie's got a 3-second time penalty added to his time. That is very crucial, as Pedro's starting slowly to pull away from Lion. Still not out of DRS range yet, but he is almost out. We'll go on a cockpit view then.
Will Jack maybe go for it now?
There's still no space.
Oh, he's sick behind. It is very difficult to make it an overtake because he almost gets wing damage. Luckily, his wing is so good.
DRS has been activated, and it's the only DRS touch point you will get. Is it a save? Only saves with
I've just seen there. Oh, is Casper? Yeah, Casper just got past someone, I think. Did he?
No, Jamie
or maybe
got
passed by someone. Yeah,
Jamie got past him. Unfortunately, I didn't catch that because we've been on board with this battle. Now Pedro is actually on board with Casper. Has Casper got wing damage, or is that his tyres falling off? I think his tyres have somehow fallen off already, which isn't good for the rest of the medium runners. Which will be interesting.
No damage for Casper. That's just pure pace.
Although we may...
Diego has a 2-second gap now to Matthew Collins behind.
Yeah, Diego is controlling this race right now. I wonder when these three... Oh, just as I was about to say, when these three are going to pit. Matthew Collins actually pits. So Matthew is doing the undercut. Now, luckily, I don't think he'll get into traffic. And I don't know what tyres he's going on. Is he going to set hards? He is. He's going to set up hards. Jack's retired. So Jack's manually retired in the pits. So I think he's had a bit of wing damage. And I think he's called it quits then. Hopefully this doesn't cause a safety car. Sandre now jumps Matthew Collins out of the pits, as we will now go on board with Ollie Flavel, the other McLaren, as it looked like the McLarens were very strong round here. McLaren is really trying to catch up with the Mercedes Yellows in Sector 1. That will be for Jack Laverty's AI car. I've got to say, Kevin, it hasn't been the most entertaining race, but it is Monaco, of course, but there is a few interesting battles.
That is indeed the case. Matthew now is closing up the line. Maybe he might be able to make an overtake soon. This is kind of a little train that Casper's forming. Casper losing time to Jamie as Jamie's being able to get away. So it looks like Casper is struggling. And you can kind of just see it if you go on board with Pedro. He's just like around the corner. He doesn't seem as confident as the rest of them around him. He goes a bit wide there, and Pedro's going to be able to close up. Can he maybe make an overtake? It's going to be difficult, of course, but he goes down the inside, down into turn 1. He has to cut the corner a little bit. They're side by side on the exit. This is going to be really, really close. If he can stay there, and he's gone into him.
Did Matthew get wing damage?
Yeah, Pedro's lost his wing. Looks like, yeah, Casper's lost left end plate there as Aaron goes past his teammate.
What about Jay? Did Jay get any damage? Luckily, none of the three rivals did.
Matthew's also fine. I saw that.
Lion's alright, looks like. So the only person who was ruined from that was actually Pedro and Casper somehow. Wow.
Oh, and have we missed this pit stop from Brand there?
No, yeah, Brand did pit, so yeah, we did miss that. Brand's actually going on the outside of Sondre. And Sondre lets him through, and through the tunnel, that Toro Rosso looks amazing right now. And Toro Rosso's now in 12th, not really trying to fight these lot, as I do remember Sondre just wants to finish this race. It's last season he did get disqualified. Have a look. Back to the battle for P3 as the top runners now finally do go into their pit stops. Jamie will be the net leader currently, who will still need to make a pit stop unless there's a safety car. As our net leader actually will be Lion, actually, with Matthew in second and Jay will be third.
Jay on the mediums, obviously, so it'll be interesting to see which strategy pays off more. Of course, Matthew will have the small wheel advantage, so that won't help in Jay's favour, but he'll have the quicker tyres in theory for now.
Yep, that is true, of course.
And Aaron Collingwood might be able to get some good points. He's in a net P4 after Jamie pits. I mean, he hasn't really had the best run of luck in Australia and in Spain, of course, getting involved in some incidents, but maybe today he could start a good run of form.
You are correct there, as we'll stay on board with Jamie right now, so we'll switch actually to Lion, who's actually just behind him, but I've got to say, Lion is starting to show some good pace. He had some good pace in Spain. I can't
Matthew
remember.
Collins got a penalty there, so.
Oh yeah, 3-second penalty added to his time. Good evening,
Jay
Lion.
gets a 3-second penalty.
Oh no, that isn't good news for Jay, especially if he wants to try and win this race. There's yellows, dies Casper. Casper's out. Casper has...
Safety car again.
Oh my god. Are we going to see Jamie Morris win the Monaco Grand Prix? I thought I'd never say this in the F1 tier. I don't get me wrong, Jamie's got some good pace on him, but he's on the mediums. He's going to get a free choice of tyre on the hards, and if Matthew's tyres do fall off, he may have to pit. And we could see Jamie win, of course, or Jay win, or anybody else on this matter. Oh.
Yeah, the pit lane isn't too long either, so we won't lose too much time. He will probably come out just behind Diego in P6. Jamie.
That is true, of course.
Theory, I would say. Gap is there for sure. So.
Oh yeah, the gap between him and everybody else is quite big. He probably fit in.
He was
10th.
fighting Matthew Collins before. Into the pits he comes.
Oh yeah, he was actually, wasn't he? That's interesting.
Yeah, you should come out just ahead of Matthew.
Is that Jay?
Exactly
Yeah, it is. That's Jay in. Will he get ahead out of? Will he be ahead of the Alpha? No, he doesn't. However, then we'll see where Jamie comes out of the pits. Then will Matthew Collins have jumped him? He is a little bit, and so is Bran. Comes out of the safety car, and so is the McLaren of Ollie. They were ahead of him, of course. Oh, it's Jamie now in the 8th.
That is interesting. Who would have thought with a safety car to pit under, he would have come out ahead of those guys, but...
Well, he wasn't that close to him. He was actually a couple of seconds off. And then... Now, I think within that safety car, he's actually closed back up, and he's on the hard combatant tyres, where a few people
and this is actually, I've just noticed, this has saved Sundry as well. He's got to pit. He's going to come out in 12th and be able to catch up. He's quite way behind the rest of the field, so this is a bit of luck for him.
Oh yeah, that is true, but it's also actually helped Lion out. Lion's currently in the lead. He doesn't need a pit. Now, he could take those hard to the end, and he was doing a very good defending job against Matthew Alder and a few other drivers trying to pass him. So, it'd be very interesting if he can hold the win, of course, as nobody else has got penalties under the safety car.
I've just noticed as well, Lewis Curtis has made 4 stops, and he's so far behind the rest of the field. Very lucky with the safety car, but I'm I'm not sure if he's going to be able to catch up. He's quite far behind. Sandra will be able to. And actually, he comes into the pits. Lewis Curtis.
He was on softs, so there's no way in softs we're going to make it to the end run about over 23 laps. It's just impossible.
So presumably, yeah, I'm going to go the hards. Will he be able to catch up, though? Got a 46-second gap. They will be under safety car
yeah, but
conditions.
The
He'll be able to just catch up, but it's in this lap, I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's in this lap as well. So I don't think he is going to catch up within time. I don't even think he would actually be able to catch it next lap either if it stays out. So it's going to be, I don't know, interesting. Oh, for some reason we actually have one board just. Is safety car coming in this lap? It hasn't said anything. Has the lights gone off? No, I think it's going out for another lap. Yep, it's going out for another run. It hasn't said it's coming in, so...
Yeah, staying out, that's good for
Lewis. To catch up.
He should be able to... he gets a 3-second time penalty trying to catch up. Yeah, he should be able to catch up now.
Well then, there's like literally at the moment not to really talk about, except the strategies. A few people on mediums, a few people on hards. Who do you think's going to win in the long haul? Kevin, do you think the hard people are going to get a good result, or do you think Diego on the mediums could have something to answer to Aaron, Matthew and Lion, who's on the hards?
I'm not sure. Obviously Diego will be able to be a bit quicker than the guys ahead of him, at least for now. But I'm not sure if that's going to pay off in the long run. Safety car is in this lap, and Lewis has caught up.
Very lucky.
But I'd say that, I don't know, I'm going to say that Lion's going to be able to keep it. It is very difficult to overtake, and if he can just keep it clean, then as it looks like he is bolting now.
Yeah, he has bolted.
Has gone.
As we will go green,
looks
green,
like
green.
He caught Matthew off guard as well, because he's got quite a gap to him now.
Yeah, it's not like a lot of people to catch Matthew off guard. That's not really like Matthew at all. As here comes Aaron Collingwood possibly on Matthew. Has Matthew got a problem on those hard tyres? Are they cold? Are they freezing? Or are they what? What's going on with Matthew right now?
Oh, a little lock up from Matthew as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting as the medium and Diego's are starting to work. Though, I think the best exit.
I mean, you can see the exit there that Lion got compared to Matthew. And they're on the same...
Oh, Diego's going for a lunge, taps
lock-up.
Aaron. That will possibly be investigated as long as Aaron reports it. That was not good, Diego. Not needed. Should have waited. It's a very late lunge. Could be a penalty. How then, Matthew Collins now sees Diego making that aggressive lunge, trying to get through the field, isn't working right now, and he is on the hard compound of tyres. As there's a massive train for Aaron's position right now.
Yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate for Aaron because he was right behind Matthew, and it looked like Matthew was making mistakes with quite a few lockups after the safety car restart. Now he's got ground to make up, and it's with Matthew having the little bit of a gap to Lion, and Another lockup though from Matthew.
He's at DRS range. This isn't like Matthew. I've never seen him actually like this. Matthew is probably trying to save his tyres, maybe. But look at him. He's losing a ton of time now. The gap now is almost 1.4 seconds. It is 1.3 right now. As Jay apparently passes JME, as we've just missed that. And yes, he has. Jay has got past JME on the fresher command of tyres. So JME has been.
And he's going for a move already on Matthew Collins, maybe as well.
No, that was Brandon.
Look. Oh, that was Brandon. Never mind. Wrong Mercedes.
As actually Matthew Collins actually lost a little bit of time now to Diego. Gap now a second. As Diego still threatening Aaron Collingwood. Got a good exit. But so is Aaron Collingwood, and at the moment DRS is not activated yet, so he's going to have to wait another lap. Just Chris says, come on Lion, come on. As Diego Elo says Diego can do this. Diego is saying Diego can do this. Well, yes, he probably can't go for a successful victory, but doing moves like that possibly could affect him. However, though, we will stay on board with Diego right now, as he's the closest person to Collingwood for the third position.
And Aaron will be hoping that he can keep this position, because this would be his season best, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's got a podium yet.
No, I don't think he has either. He was actually looking for a podium in Australia, but unfortunately it fell apart.
Yeah, he hasn't, because I remember the last two podiums were the same.
That's a Renault. That's a Renault, and Sondre. What's happened? Has Sondre got wing damage? Yes, he has. He's got no front. Well, he's got no end plates, it looks like. What about Pedro? Has he got damage? Can't tell in that section. He's got a bit of an end plate. He's missing an end plate as well. So those two have had damage, Renault and Toro Rosso. As Aaron's trying to pull away now, or trying to let Diego fall in the clutches of Matthew Collins. Sondre pits. Pedro stays out with that damage. Interesting. As well, lap 21 out of 39.
You can see the gap between Matthew and Aaron. It's now almost at 4 seconds. So the top two, and you can see on the map as well, the top two are really pulling away.
Ooh, bit of hitting and budging through the hairpin. Aaron's really slowing this grid down to his liking, so they don't get past, and he can do that as long as he doesn't slam the brakes. But right now, though, Diego still can't get past him right now. He's got no answer, even on those medium compounded tyres. Possibly softs, maybe he may have an answer, but those mediums are not working as he gets a great exit through the chicane. Will he go for it? No, he thinks about it, goes back.
Jay's had some sort of issue in that chicane. I'm not sure what. It looks like he has damage.
That's Brandon, I think, Matt. Is it?
No, I'm looking at Jay right now. Jay has damage.
Oh no, Jay has got more damage. Oh yeah, you're right. He's got really
into
deep.
The wall, and he's gonna
he's
have to pit.
Oh no, that's a shame there for Jay, as he had an okay qualifying. I think he was 5th, and unfortunately now in the race he's dropped the P9. And this is good news for Matthew. Matthew's in 2nd, and he's going to gain a lot more points to him. Oh, away from him. I apologise there, not to him, away from him. Right now though, Lion is pulling away. Gap now 1.5 seconds to Matthew. But neither of these two are pushing. Look at Lion, he's not even budging right now. He's got 100% ERS. 100%. And Matthew has got nothing to answer right now. And this isn't like Matthew. Diego though, in 4th. Still trying to answer to Aaron Collingwood. What do you think, Kevin? Do you think he's going to be able to get by eventually near the end of the race? Or do you think Aaron's going to hold that position?
Well, right now it looks like Diego does have to pace this. Aaron locks up. And I think throughout the race they'll become a little bit more equal progressively, but it looks like he has a lot more grip. You can just see in the corners through the swimming pool there as well. He's just got so much more grip as Aaron locks up again. I don't know, it's going to be difficult to get past, but nothing's out of the question, especially with one good exit could give him P3.
Of course, as you can just tell how much grip those mediums have got compared to those hards. Gap now 2 seconds between Matthew and Lion.
Has dropped off a little bit.
Jamie's in the pits. Jamie's pitted, so I think Jamie might have made a mistake somewhere.
Yeah, it might have been to do with the J, because yeah, I'm not 100% sure what happened, but maybe what I'm thinking, given the way that Jay was at the exit of the corner, I think maybe Jamie broke a little bit late and hit him, because he was facing kind of a bit off. So it doesn't look like he made the corner anyway, either by a lock-up or by getting a bit of help. But yeah, maybe he got wing damage from that Jamie as well, and maybe that's why he hit now.
Well, you know, this is one of the closest battles we do have on track. Red Bull versus Renault, still no overtake as of yet. Matthew is really losing time by the line, I've got to say. Now 2 seconds, 2.1 now, as someone's binned it in sector 2. The yellows have gone. Don't know who that was. Apparently someone lost it through sector 2. Wait a minute, was that Lion? Well, it wasn't Lion. What about
no,
Matthew?
it looks like he's fine. Now it looks like the gap is pretty much the same.
I thought it was one of them two, but it isn't.
Yeah, it looks like Lion's just kind of running as Lewis gets another penalty, but it looks like Lion's just kind of running away with this. He's slowly getting ahead.
There's a VSC. Someone has lost it. I think that's Lewis Curtis. Yeah, Lewis has lost it. That was what the yellow flags were. There is a big chunk of damage. Will Lion pit? No. What about Matthew? Will he pit? No, he doesn't. What about Collingwood or anybody else?
Brandon's
in.
into the pits.
Interesting. He may want to go and try and steal the fastest lap. Currently, the fastest lap is a 1:11.7 from Diego.
Looks like a wing change. It is a wing change.
Got another set of mediums though. Pedro may pit. No, Pedro stays out. That's interesting, even with the damage he's got. Right, then we will go back on board with Collingwood then.
This is good for Lion as well. It'll mean that Matthew can't close up to him.
Aaron then, as we have gone green, green, green. Oh, look like Matthew Collins almost lost the car there. Well, that might be my eyes. But look, yep, again, Diego is right on the rear end of Aaron Collingwood. Yet again, Diego on those mediums weren't heated up yet, but they instantly heat up as soon as through a few corners. Those mediums just a lot more grip, and they've done 12 laps. It was hard, however, I've done 20. Now that's interesting. Will the hards make it to the end?
No, it looks like Matthew and Lion are confident that they will, especially the fact that they didn't hit on the safety car, the last full safety car we had. Would have been a good opportunity for them. But yeah, they seem to think that they'll get to the end. If they will or not, we'll see. I assume they will. They've got 13 more laps to go in those hards, so they would have gone like 33, 34 laps. And actually, you would add in the few safety cars that we've had. Like, we've had probably about 2 safety cars that would have helped the tyre wear.
Diego's just got a penalty, 3 seconds added to his time. That's going to hurt him against Aaron, and now Aaron may think, oh, he's got a penalty, I now can pick up the pace a little bit. Try and catch up with Matthew. Gap now 2.2 seconds. They are losing a little bit of time though from Matthew.
Oh, is Ollie? No, Matthew Collins coming in.
Matthew's lost a lot of time to Lion. 4.2 seconds now.
That isn't. How old were Matthew's tyres? Matthew Collins?
15.
Well, I mean, Diego and Ollie are on 15 lap both hards, or medium, sorry, and Matthew didn't
Did he have brain
have
damage?
anything to change. No.
Don't know then, maybe he wants to go medium to try and get fastest lap. Could be a possibility. The fastest lap I believe still holded by Diego. No, it's actually holded by Brian, 11 flat on mediums. So, very interesting. As I think Diego would have got another faster lap, but he's just stuck behind Aaron. And Aaron, I've got to give him credit, he's doing a magnificent job right now, and he's slowly closing up on Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew's... Yeah,
Matthew got
I don't
damage?
even think that he's... I think it's not that... He has got damage. Matthew has damage.
Has Matthew done what Sondra usually does?
He's got
Bottles?
right end plate damage.
Bottle.
Yeah, I was
from
going to say there... I was going to say, I don't think that it's... that Aaron's catching up. I think it's more that Matthew is slowing down, and he definitely is slowing down with that wind damage.
So maybe that's why Lion pulled away that quickly. Now the gap 5 seconds. Matthew is in trouble. If Matthew is not careful, he's going to get caught really quickly by the Renault and the Red Bull and be overtaken ASAP.
Yeah, and he's already been caught. Aaron may as well be in DRS range. Of course, is only one DRS zone that will track, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. But yeah, Aaron is certainly a lot closer to Matthew. Matthew is definitely struggling. Because now Lee Kelly sets the fastest lap to the 11 flat.
What about Lewis Curtis though? Will Lewis Curtis beat that? There's Aaron then. Isn't that far. We'll be a bit happier that he might get a bit of DRS soon from Matthew and hopefully to help him defend from Diego. And don't count Ollie out. Ollie's not that far off these two. Or these three actually. Matthew gets a penalty. 3 seconds. Aaron has zero.
I was gonna say, doesn't Matthew have a penalty? So I almost cursed him anyway.
Well, Matthew has got a penalty now and he won't be happy. Gap though between him and Lion has stabilised now, around about 4.9 seconds, so it's roughly 5 seconds now, so those hards may be starting to die off on Lion's car.
Yeah, as far as I know, Aaron doesn't have... At least Diego has pens, so even if he gets past, he'll have to get a gap. Matthew has pens, well, one pen at least. And with that will put him behind Aaron. So Aaron's on for a P2 right now.
He's in for a P2 unless Lion gets a big load of penalties. Aaron actually could win a race, which I believe will be first win this season, and it'll also be a first win for Lion this season as well. And it won't be Matthew or Jay winning, which it's only been this season. Matthew and Jay at the top.
Yeah, it looks like after getting that pen, Matthew's picked up the pace. He's now 2.2 seconds ahead of Aaron Collingwood now.
True, and maybe Aaron's trying to just hold the Red Bull back because he can just try and keep his tyres alive. Because remember, Aaron is 1 lap over the tyres, so he will be doing around like 34 to 35 laps on those hards. By the way, Paco said at the end of the race, can you look at penalties? By the way, from Paco.
Just like screen record them?
No, just have a look, just have a rough estimate about that. Like everybody else, I think can answer something. But yeah, just in case, screen recording as well, that would be great.
Okay.
Oh, to do the graphics. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just do all the recording on the race director, so you can do the graphics. Yeah, sure, Papa.
Oh, Matthew's got major wing damage now.
Oh, no.
If he was in a bad position before, he's in a very bad position now, and he inevitably will have to pit as Aaron goes right by him. And he's going to hold up Diego for a corner, so that'll help Aaron out. Now he's in P2, so Aaron can maybe start trying to chase down Lion.
Well, that is true, of course, and I'm going to have to say this to Matthew, bottle, as he would have said that to me, of course, if I did that. Matthew Harvey now is in 7th place, and isn't going to lose another position, so he will be on softs, will possibly taking that fastest lap. And Jay will actually be happy with this. He won't be losing that much points as he could have lost.
Will Jay get out ahead of him, maybe?
On board
It's
that.
going to be very close between the title rivals. Jays.
Oh!
Matthew gets out, and has he got damage there? Or did he
Mercedes
give...
has. Jay's got damage. No, Jay hasn't got damage. Who got damage?
No, I think Pedro got damage there for hitting into Matthew. Yeah,
Very
Matthew
close,
doesn't have any damage, but... Yeah, the Renault of Pedro definitely got damage from that. His left end plate is completely gone.
Yeah, Kevin, he said, can you look in the final laps, probably the final 3, have a look in the race director, and just record everything. Yeah, they record my screenshot.
Okay. Yeah.
If that can be done, thank you. As right now then, Pedro is in 10th, got a bit of wing damage then from Matthew after the pits. However though, Aaron is still under threat now, not by 1 car, possibly 2. If Ollie picks the pace back up, it's actually always dropped off. But Lion, the gap now to Lion and Aaron, 7.7 seconds right now. And we didn't even put him in the vote to even get a podium or finish 4th and even win this race. Right now he's performing amazingly in the lead. I've got to say, he's done a credit job, good strategy call, and right now it looks like he's going to take the win unless the Hards, both for Aaron and Lion, get punches, and that gives Diego and Ollie a chance to win this race.
That is true. You can see Diego was really putting the pressure on Aaron, as he has been really for most of this race. Of course, Aaron has been able to keep him behind us. Another lockup from Aaron. Yeah, Diego's definitely faster than him and could definitely go faster if he was able to get ahead, but it's the getting the ahead of him that is the problem here. And of course, Monaco being Monaco, it's a very difficult task, even though he does have the target advantage. Pace advantage.
Well, yeah, you are correct there. As Matthew
Matthew Collins comes in to this.
Matthew has a 10.6 on the softs. 4 tenths quicker than Lee. Leading 11 flat on the softs. As Lee, actually Pedro's actually pitted as well. He's on fresh softs right now. So he possibly could steal the fast lap point off Matthew. And also, don't count out Jay for Matthew. We may go on board on that battle near the end of the race between them two after we watch a couple more laps of Diego and Aaron, because them two are not that far from each other.
Yeah, but Matthew is on fresh soft, so.
Yeah, that is true, of course. Actually, sorry, I wasn't even paying attention. That's actually Jamie and Jay, not Matthew and Jay. That's Jamie. Jamie's not that far from Jay. My apologies there, the graphic for some reason said it was Jay there. So Will's actually still in this battle actually for a while. Now Ollie's now starting to close up again on these two, now within DRS range. As one lap 34 out of 39. Sandra has been passed by Pedro. Yep, Sandra's been overtaken. What about Jamie right now? As Jamie's possibly thinking about it into turn 1, but can't get it done around the outside. Jay was very smart there to give him a bit of space, but not letting him have a lot, so he could make the move. What about into turn 4? Ooh, he's thinking. He's just trying to get the traction. Rear ends Jay a bit. Jay may have got a rear end tap there from him. As Jay's just doing what he needs to try and hold his position. Oh, Jamie almost rear ends him again, as he almost does the back end on the mediums on the Alfa Romeo cars. We will go aboard with Diego again very shortly. So here we go then, around the final corner for Diego. Will he get a good run against Aaron? ARS mode was inactive. Oh, yellows. Who's the yellows for? That's a Ferrari. Is it?
Might have been Lee.
Is it?
He's now behind Sandra and Pedro, or did he just pit?
No, he didn't just pit. He's got 8 laps on softs. It might actually be.
It might have been Lee then.
Because you can't really tell on this track when there's an instant. Well, as now we're on lap 35. Diego's still trying to find a way around Aaron. Got now almost 10 seconds. Lion is doing an amazing job right now. Oh, Aaron almost hits the wall. And guess who's caught up? Brandon has caught up against these three. So it's now a four-way fight for P2. So if Aaron doesn't get any penalties, because I don't believe he's got any, his P2 will be safe. However, Diego, on the other hand, won't be. Diego could lose it to Ollie, I believe, if Ollie hasn't got a penalty, or Brand if Ollie and Diego both got penalties. So Brand could get a surprise in P3 here.
Obviously, Brandon has like 12 lap olds, fresher tyres than the two guys ahead of him.
Yep.
And obviously, his a lot fresher.
Oh no, I've just done it. The commentator cursed to Aaron Collingwood, and Aaron has got a 3-second time penalty. So Aaron, Diego are not safe from Ollie and Bran.
Yeah, I think Bran has the penalty though. I don't think Ollie does, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it from him.
Well, Bran may have a penalty, you may be right there. But if that is the case, Ollie could get a second place right now, and it actually will be his first podium of the season, as long as he doesn't bottle. And I don't want to give him the curse, because I have just given Aaron Collingwood the curse, but you know, anything can happen. I'll have a look. Aaron and
if he
done a good job.
If he did come away with a podium, he'd
that's Lewis.
Because
that's Curtis.
Yeah, if
major damage.
If Ollie came away with a podium today, he would be very pleased with that, because I think he was a bit annoyed that he didn't get a podium in Australia when he felt that he definitely could have. So if he got a podium today, especially in Monaco, I think it would be quite special for him.
It's true, of course. Just look how close these four are. As Ollie was on the rear end of Diego, almost touching the rear end. The same with Brand on Ollie, almost touches his rear end. And you can just tell that these mediums, even though they're that old for the Red Bull and McLaren, they've still got grip, but Brand's got more superior grip compared to the top three ahead of him. Lee gets a 3-second time penalty, and Diego again has a look for it, trying to break the toe, doesn't get it working. This is very interesting. Brand's going for it. Brand is going for it, and I've just missed it a little bit. Oh, there's more contact between these two. And Ollie backs off and lets him through. But that was a good move there from Bran. Made it work. Did a Charles Leclerc move. And he gets it through. Now he needs to catch up with these two. Only 2 laps left. And these two have time penalties. So if Bran wants to try and keep the podium position, if he hasn't got a pen, he may have a pen, of course, still. But if Ollie wants to catch up, he needs to catch up with Bran and the 2 cars ahead, as we're on the penultimate lap on lap 38. So Kevin, if you can, look on the race director for the thing.
Yeah, I have. I've just done that.
Thank you very much. And again, can you do it again on lap 39 when top 3 have crossed the line?
Yeah.
Just for him. As right now then, Lion with a big gap of 12.3 seconds. He gets a penalty, he doesn't have to worry. He's got a 12.5 second gap. You know, unless he's got 16 seconds worth of penalties, which I don't believe he has. And he's actually almost about to lap Sondre. He's lapped Lewis Curtis twice. He's lapped Lee Kelly once. He's actually lapped Lewis Curtis 3 times.
Aaron got a bit out of order there. I just picked that up.
He did.
Diego
Brand's going
had
for
a
it.
look.
No, Bran, you're not.
And Sondre gets a 3-second pen.
God, I thought Bran was going to do it again, what he did to Ollie. Couldn't get it working. As we're now on the final lap of this race, who is going to get a podium? Will it be Aaron? Will it be Diego? Will it be Bran? Or will it be the Ollie Flavel in the McLaren? Diego gets a bad exit. What about Bran? Bran's opened the door. It's going side by side. Is it going to be major contact? Bran's still there. Bran tries to move what I did to Cameron West Edwards. Makes it work. Round the outside.
Round the...
Side by side. Still more contact.
If he pulls it off, they're still side by side.
Diego goes deep. Diego's losing time.
Oh, that was a good side by side moment, and Diego holds him off. But I don't think it's over yet. Diego also has damage from that little incident that he got last lap with Aaron. Fran is going to be coming, and he gets more wing damage. Fran's looking for it.
Oh, Diego,
and,
of course.
Diego's gone straight on.
Didn't get a penalty, that's interesting. We may need to review that footage. However then, we're going to go online as he takes a win in Monaco with a 14.7 gap of Aaron Collingwood, who's in second, who still may keep a podium position right now. He may just be out of the range of a few people.
Might be able to still get them into DRS.
No, he just loses it.
Wasn't great.
Aaron takes second, Diego third. Ollie takes second, Aaron takes third, Diego fourth, Brian drops to P5, Matthew Alder takes sixth. Matthew Collins is currently in 7th place right now in the Ferrari. And Ollie will get a podium interview with Collingwood and Lyon then, as here comes Matthew Collins through the final corner in the Ferrari, will be taking 7th place. JME will take 8th. Jay, disappointing 9th for him, and Pedro could have been winning today's race. Unfortunately, a few incidents have affected that, and he will be finishing in P10th, and actually for once he hasn't had that bad internet issue. Well, that was a very close battle between Brandon and Diego there, Kevin. It could have ended in tears, but surprisingly those two kept it clean, and it didn't end in tears, even though there was a few reckless moments at one point. I will say that. Well then, as we can see, the Toro Rosso, the reserve of Lyon, takes a top step on the podium in Monaco. Ollie in second, Aaron Collingwood in third then. So I don't think anyone in our prediction actually got up there. And actually Ollie and Aaron's first podium in IRL, I believe this season, and first win for Lyon. So it's the top three getting their firsts right now. Well, might be the boring race to watch, but it was very interesting in the championship standings. Lyon there does take first, Ollie Favell is second, Aaron Collingwood does finish third with Diego in fourth, Brandon Glover in fifth, Matthew Alder losing a bit of points to a few of the guys ahead of him in sixth, Matthew Collins seventh, Jamie in eighth, good result from him, signing in 16th, Jay in ninth, unfortunate, disappointing with the race, and loses a bit of points to Matthew Alder. 10th is Pedro, takes the final point. Sondre 11th, Lee Kelly 12th, Lewis Curtis 13th, Casper, Jack Liberty, Felix Negua all retiring in today's race. And let's have a look. Did one person not get a penalty? And it was Ollie. And oh, wow, just out of that, it's going to either be Ollie or Matthew getting driver of the day out of that. Wow.
Yeah, I've got everyone.
Alright, that's good then, thank you very much. As it's been a very interesting race, of course, as we'll be doing the top 3 interviews. If you can suggest MNT_Lyon, Ollie Flavell and Aaron Collingwood for me, mate, so then I can write them instantly instead of me searching them up and sometimes can't find the name.
And Aaron Collingwood in third, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Could you also put in the chat for those 3, just to let them know that they have a podium interview, just to let them know. And there we go. The invites have been sent, of course. Lyon has made it. Ollie also has made it for the interview. Well then, we'll start off with Lyon first. Just got to make sure then, Lyon, is your voice on always allowed to be shared, so the stream can hear you?
I will take a look. Yeah, that's allowed.
Alright, that's good then. Well, I believe you're a reserve for the F1 tier, and you get your first win in Monaco and your first win in IRL. How does it feel to be at the top step with that strategy, and Also, could you tell us how your race went with the strategy with the safety car and everything else which went into play?
Yeah, I'm very happy with the first win of IRL. But quali was not really good. I'm going hold up by Leroy at the quali, so I drive into him. So it destroyed my lap, so I need to start P5, and the start was going well, overtaken JC Tex. So I moved up to P4, and it was the safety car come out in lap 4. And lap 5, I was going to pit too hard. Nowhere of the front runners was going to pit, so it was very nice for me. And yeah, there was a big crash in front of me a few laps later, but yeah, driving my laps and won. I'm very happy with it.
Well, yeah, with that big crash, I believe that was with Casper and I can't remember. I think it was Pedro. I just want to say I don't understand how you, Matthew, and Jane Aaron somehow got out of that without any damage.
Yeah.
It was very weird impact to see from those two, but it was very lucky from you guys to get through that field without any impact at all. I've also just got to add, it was a very good result with the 12-second, I believe, or 14-second win. With Matthew Alder in second at one point, did you think he could catch you up and possibly pass you, as he has won 2 of the races out of 4 this season?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope that I can drive so much races if is possible, and hopefully we can a little bit move up in the standings with a few races. So yeah, it was a lot of fun today.
Well then, I ain't got any other question to ask you, unless Kevin's got a question to ask. Kevin?
No, don't.
No. Well then, we'll go on the last question then of actually the calendar next week, which is Canada. How do you feel you're going to be around there, and what pace do you think you're going to be? Possibly another win?
Yeah, hopefully I can fight again for the win, because Canada is one of my best tracks. So hopefully it's gonna be nice also there.
Okay then, so possibly another win or possibly podium. Well, that's good to see, to get your hopes and some confidence boost for you, as I believe you are reservers, I think, for F1, but you did a very good result today. Congratulations on your win, and cheers for doing this little interview. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Well, now we have Ollie. Kevin, if you want to interview Ollie next.
Okay, hang on.
Ready then.
Can't hear him.
I think I have to be in the game screen for my voice to be heard. So,
okay. Can you hear him now?
Yeah.
No.
Have you got him on mute, Kevin?
Muted or not? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. Can you hear me now?
Hello, Ollie.
Hello.
Okay, so obviously your race in the end ended up being pretty good. I would think you getting second. Did you ever think you could even get a podium today, or?
I knew that a podium was on the offense, because I saw Aaron and Brandon and Diogo and everyone had in front of me had a penalty. So at the end, I wasn't even bothering about catching them. Like all I wanted to do was just not get any penalties, not pick up wing damage, and just run my own race. And I knew that the race would come to me right at the end, and it did. I saw Brando overtake on me. That was a very good overtake. I'm not going to complain about that. It was a good move. He completely caught me off guard, and fair play to him for that. But he had a penalty as well, so I was happy to let him through, even just going to go at Diogo. But on the last lap, that was really sketchy for me, because I picked up wing damage from Brando in the switchback, and I just wasn't expecting it. But it was a good battle between Brando and Race Long, because we had similar pace, and right at the start I was right next to him as well. But it was a shame for my teammate Midnight, because he had pedal issues. So he had to retire the car because it was too dangerous for him to keep going, but he could have picked up some really good points as well today, I reckon.
Okay, so pretty happy with the P2 then?
Yeah,
and
I
maybe...
guess. First clean race this season, so it's the first time I've actually been able to put some good points on the board without any contact or any issues with anyone, because what happened to finish there in the likes of Australia, where I could have picked up a podium there, is just a big shame to only get my season started now, 5 rounds in. But
actually, 3 is round 3.
Oh yeah,
Four. Sorry. Fourth today.
Fourth round in. The first
Yeah.
clean race, and I get some points that I need to get on the board, so it's good for constructors and my just driver's position in the championship.
Yeah. Obviously, second is basically second best, and obviously, in the end, the second place kind of came to you. Next race is Canada. What do you think you're on there? Another podium, or do you think you might be a bit more?
I think it's going to be down to the same as Monaco, just not pick up any penalties and run your own race, not think about anyone else. As long as you play defensive drive, you'll be rewarded at the end because you're bound to be near people if you have a clean race, and if you don't pick up any penalties, you're bound to jump loads of people. So that's the way I need to score good points next week.
Okay, congratulations on your P2 and good luck for next week.
Thank you.
Well, hang on. But before you go, Ollie, I do have one quick question to ask you.
All right.
Obviously you're thinking you're going to get possibly another podium maybe next week, but will there be maybe a bit more contact between you and Brand, maybe a bit of Wall of Champions moment, or do you think you two are going to try and keep it,
I've been taken out enough by him in the last few weeks, so we had a little bit of contact today, 2 little drops, one at Raskas and one at Mirabeau. So yeah, it was all good today. It was good fair racing. It's Monaco, it's a little bit of argy-bargy is needed. Hope to stay away from them, and then we don't have to worry about there being contact. Whoops.
Well, hopefully there's no contact. But yeah, as Kevin said, congratulations on your podium finish, which was second place, of course. Unfortunately, we can't have Aaron Collingwood in the interviews because he has a bit of NAT-type issues with Kevin and he's having his dinner right now. So we'll be wrapping up the stream here after we've done with Ollie. Well then, Kevin, it's been a very spectacular race with a few crashes, and it was boring at a few stages, but it did entertain near the end. Do you have anything to add before I do the closing procedure?
This was in the end, it was a good race, especially for Monaco. Having battles at all is a bit of a blessing, and we got that. So hopefully we see more of the same tomorrow for F2 and F3 at 4:30. If anyone's interested in maybe tuning in.
Well, yeah, obviously, you might never know. It could be me crashing into a wall, as it happened last season with a fellow driver. But yeah, you are right.
I wouldn't put it past me to do the same.
Well then, this has been IRL F1 Season 7 Round 4 Monaco. As you want to see more Monaco content in the IRL channel, join us tomorrow for F2 and F3 at 4:30 UK time, where it'll be Tijonis, Kevin, and possibly me, hopefully battling the whole way through the season for the championship, and possibly Calmanson, Billy, and a few others in F3 trying to battle for their championships in Monaco tomorrow. I am your commentator, IRL Neon, or as Jared Fosbury. I've been joined with Kevin, or as Nexus Aspect.
Yep.
With the interviews, I've had Lion and Ollie, unfortunately also Aaron, but as I've said, unfortunately we couldn't hear him. If you want to see more content, hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.